Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Kyber, bringing you a brand new video today. And yeah, in this video, I'm actually going to be telling you the top 5 OP landing spots in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth on these locations and the chest spawns, but I'm just going to tell you the top 5. You can learn the chest spawns and things for yourself. Like, I guess I could make an individual video on them all, but if I did went into detail on every single one of them, it would end up being like a half-hour video, which I don't want to do. So, but anyway, these are the top 5 landing spots that are OP. So what I mean by OP is like you land there, there's not much competition for the loot, you get mats, you get a lot of chests, there's tons of weapon spawns, and overall it's just a great place to land. But anyway, going straight into it, in the first spot I've actually got the factories near Flush. Now I want to mention as well, yeah, these aren't in any particular order, but the factories near Flush. Now the factories near Flush are very OP because there's so much loot there and no one really lands there. Like, you might see one player there, maybe 2 at most. Like, you shouldn't see more than 2 players, especially if it's off the bush route. There's tons of pallets here. That's the biggest upside to this place, is that if you destroy all the pallets, you'll be here with over max wood, and it's not like you're smacking trees for that long. So it's actually a really great place for that, as well as the fact that usually if I land there and the zone's on it, I will go to Flush after, loot Flush, because not many people land Flush. Sometimes I go to Flush and no one would have even looted Flush, so you can just get all the loot from Flush and the factories, and you basically have 0 kills, but an absolute godlike setup, which is kind of the point of the landing at these OP landing spots, in my opinion. But yeah, the factories near Flush, I don't really want to go too far into depth with it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big buildings there, and there's 2 little ones, and yeah, it's just an OP place to go. In my next spot, super underrated place. This place used to get a lot of love back in the day, but now no one goes there. I don't know why, but I want to go with Greasy Grove. The reason for that is Greasy Grove is actually super underrated because you can land there and you can get a ton of materials. This place is like a forest inside of a city. It's weird, you can't really notice it when you're actually there, but when you look at it from a cinematic view, from a drone shot, you can see how many trees are there. It's insane. You don't realize it when you're there. You can see it in the picture right now that this place is insane. There's so many trees. I understand these trees only give you 30 wood, but there's a ton of them, so you should be able to leave here with over 500 wood easily and not have to spend the whole game hitting trees, you know. That's the big thing for me. I don't want to have to spend half the game running around smacking trees just to get mats to fight people. That's just not what you want to do. You want to be able to fight people and then go and fight someone else. Not fight someone, smack a bunch of trees, fight someone, smack, you know, you don't want to do that. But anyway, Greasy Grove coming in at the number 2 spot. Now in the number 3 spot, I've actually got something I call Mount Rushmore. I actually don't even know what this place is called. It does not have a name. This place is located inside of a mountain. This place is super underrated. Not even many people know this even exists. The average player does not even know that exists. This place is insane. It's I don't even know what it is, man. It's a rocket launch silo thing that I guess is part of the, I know it's part of the season 4 update, but I guess it's meant to resemble superheroes in a sense. Not 100% sure, but this place is insane because no one lands there. I landed there in solo showdown a couple times. Nobody, not one person, and I would be able to get fully looted up, go from there, go to the bottom of the hill, then go loot the haunted house near Pleasant. The haunted hills is not too far, and there's a ton of trees at the bottom. The trees aren't the best trees to destroy, but you can definitely leave there with a good amount of materials and not really being contested for those materials or anything like that. Right, anyway, going into the next spot, I've actually got one of my favorite spots on the map to land if I do really want to win the game, and that is Moisty Mire. Now this place is insane, especially since it got an update. Before, it was pretty good, you know, Moisty Mire was really good even before it got updated with all these extra chests and pallets everywhere, but now it's even more OP. You can leave this place with 999 wood and not have to spend less than 2 minutes hitting trees. I think someone did a speed run of Moisty Mire and collected max wood within a minute and a half, which is insane. You know, if you get max wood from the start of the game, you're set with with materials, because a lot of the time you're going to kill someone and you're going to get the rest of their materials, and then you shouldn't actually have to hit any more trees after spending a minute and a half hitting the trees in Moisty Mire. Like, it's so much better than any other location. Personally, I feel like it needs balancing a little bit. Like, why is it that Moisty and all around that area, the trees give you insane amount of wood, however on the other side of the map they don't, you know? Like, I feel like it needs to be spread out more. You need to get more materials from the other trees and maybe lower the ones in Moisty. But for the time being, this place is super OP, so why wouldn't you land there? There's a ton of chests. It's absolutely insane. Usually you can go from there, you can push to fat trees, and then you grab one of the rocks from fat trees and push into the next zone if the zone is far away. And it's just all round a really great place to land, because you get match, you got good loot, you've got rocks near you so you can piece the scene if you need to for the zone. One of the best landing spots in the entire game. Now, going on to my final pick, this place is super underrated, and that is the Broken Churches near Motel. Now, there's a ton of loot here. It's a perfect one-person landing spot if you really want to play passive, because you can land here, you will not see anyone. Like, I've never landed here and had someone land with me before. So if you want to land here and just basically avoid fights, get up until the top 5 and then start spreading, this is a great place to land, because you can always push over to junk if you have time and get materials to build a tower. Like, metal is an important material. Wood's very good, obviously, for like players like me who's very aggressive, but this is more for you guys that are passive, that you can go to junk, get a ton of metal, and then you can just tower up in the zone. This is probably the worst spot on the list, but it's still like a good place, and you should test it out every now and then. Most of you probably won't enjoy this just because it's for the passive players, but I figured I wanted to make this a top 5, and it's one of the ones that I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw this one in because I like landing here. If you're a passive player, this place is perfect for you. But anyway, that wraps up the video. These are the top 5 OP landing spots in the game. I really hope you enjoyed the video and the gameplay. In KYBERSIDE, I will see you next time. Peace.